You see this palm tree here? Where it bent a little bit? You go to the next quarry where it's carved like this. It looks like an arm. You see that quarry there? In that bend like an arm. Straight down there.
Yeah, take a step right. Take a step right and go through that arm. Shape, Wildy. Follow my stick. Got her. Rex, and how did you see that with your naked eye? Folks, we've got her. Do you want to let Ralph know, Rex, that we've got her? Okay, we're going to try and get her for you folks. I'm going to just come in front of Wildy here. Just through. You see that? Can you see through that little arch there, Wildy? Okay, Ralph is going to be here shortly. A little bit further up. Yeah, through that little thing there. Okay, so she's there. Maybe if we go through a few more meters. Okay, she's quite relaxed, Wildy. Come here, go straight through here. Okay, there, hopefully we're going to get her now. She is beautiful. We said we were going to come into to find her. Wildebeest is very excited. I'm hoping we're able to get her on the camera now for you. There she is. Well done, Wildebeest. Sorry about that, folks. It was very difficult to get her because of the denseness of the bush. She moved. No, she's still there. She is very camouflaged. Rexon has got eagle eyes of note. I can hear Ralph is on his way. So look at that, folks. It's very thick vegetation. Origin, it is very dense. Oh, wow, indeed. Okay, can hear Ralph's vehicle coming at high speed. Where's he going to come around this way? Okay. So the power lines are just here, eh? So we're very close to our southern boundary. Not southern, western, eh? Western boundary. I'm a bit disorientated this morning. There's no sun. There she's looking towards the vehicle. How amazing is this? Wild dogs, leopard, all at the same time. Very, very exciting. So we believe this is the Xidulu female. Those of you who've got her on the screen can probably confirm that for us. I mean, her relaxed nature is telling me, yes, I'm seeing the spot pattern now with my binoculars. It's 5'5", with that dot on top. I think it's 5'5". Definitely that dot on top, which is apparently part of the family lineage. Wildebeest is managing to keep very steady shots. Exactly, Rexon, very amazing spotting. Everyone's agreeing. Took us some moments to find her. Took Wildebeest even longer to try and see her with the camera. James, Richard and Ali, I take your feedback very, very well. Indeed, they agree. It is Xidulu. I only assumed it because of the area we're in. Okay, so, there she's grooming. Here we go. Now that is a relaxed cat. If she was not happy with us on foot, she would not be just grooming and sitting like that. She would be low, flat in the grass, and probably moving off. But she is very relaxed. We are about to be joined by Mr. Ralph Kirsten and Sebastian Rombi, and they have got David, who is the guy who's come from Kenya Oh, this is James, indeed. This is James. Sorry, so James has got David, and might be David's first South African leopard. David from Kenya. She's coming in behind us here. We're going to stay with her, though, as long as we can. She's on the other side of that thicket, James. This might work here. Okay, we're just going to guide James in. We're going to stay with her until he finds her. And you're going to then get some beautiful shots of this cat. She is gorgeous. And folks, this, for me, after leopards on foot, has just made my month. I don't know what to say. Tlalamba last night with Tandi. Now Xidulu on foot after an early start with elephants. Djuma, Sabi Sands, you absolute beauty. Okay, so James is heading straight in there now. He should get a visual soon. Maybe tell him just to veer a little bit right. You want to tell him, Rex? Rex might tell him just to veer a little bit right from where he is. I think he's going to get her in a moment. Luke, if you just let me know as soon as he confirms seeing her, and then we'll move out. Okay, well she's just reacted to them, but I think that's because of a branch. Right there now. He should be able to see her on his right, in the thicket. Well, it seems like James has managed to get her. So, folks, what a fantastic morning. Let's go over to James.
Because we've got very lucky suddenly. There is Xidulu, a massively impressive effort by Rexon and by Steve. They're now going to back out of the area. She's watching them. She can see them. They've kept their distance and waited until we got into this area. I'm afraid when I heard that she was here, I knew that we wouldn't get a great view on foot, so I handed the dogs over to Ralph. He's trying to find them. And I thought we'd just come in here and have a look at this leopardess, because I've spent very little time with her. She's just watching as they move off. What a brilliant morning they've had. Elephants and leopards on foot. I'm astounded by the number of leopard we've found on foot, in fact, over the last 3 weeks or so. It really has been quite unusually skilled by both Rexon and Herbert. Fantastic. Now, unfortunately, Julie, my map was stolen out of the car by Stephen yesterday, so I can't tell you where. I can't show you on the map where she is, but I'll describe it to you. And you can actually find these spots on the Google Earth map of Djuma. She is basically on the western boundary, right on the western boundary, about half the way down to the south, between the north and south. And she's in some thickets there. I'll attempt to get that map back today. I was really getting that sort of mid-morning feel to it now. I'm sure she's going to calm down and settle here for a while. Whew. And now a question from Tony Two Toes about what I think of her face. Well, Tony, I quite like her face. I think she looks good. She's a good-looking girl, this one. She's got A longish nose, not that puggish nose that I was talking about earlier. So I think she's a good-looking girl, and I got no problem with her. I actually do think she's a extremely good-looking leopard, this. There is a length to her nose that doesn't exist on the lineage of the late Queen. This is all, of course, purely personal opinion and personal choice. It's not, there's nothing absolute about leopard beauty, see. Well, all leopards are beautiful, all creatures are beautiful. Well, there's something about this cat that is very attractive, very, almost Siamese, like a Siamese domestic cat, almost. Now, Xidulu is recent to this area, and what's unusual about her is that she comes from... She's not in or next to her natal territory. And Granny Pig, she's about 4, we think. About 4 years old. Maybe a little bit younger than that. She used to be known as the Ingrid Dam female. We know exactly how old she is. I've just forgotten a little bit. I think she's 4. Oh, that's nice. That's a little scratch on the branch. And she comes from, like I say, not from here, from the northern parts of Londolozi and Singita on their sort of western and eastern boundaries, common boundaries. Oh, sorry, I've just got to get on the radio quickly. Yours, we've just got into the area now. Animal is mobile south, parallel with Impala Road towards Impala Plains. Now she's just picking up her tail there to show the surrender signal to any birds that might start shouting at her. I don't know where Rexon and the others are. I think they've moved out, which is probably why she's feeling comfortable to move. Remember, leopards don't like to spend too much time with us on foot. They feel threatened by us. Let's keep going. Right, let's go across to the things, or certainly, I can smell the dogs came through here. Let's go across to Ralph and find out if he's had any luck. Now, I feel a little bit bad about leaving poor old Ralph on his own there, especially as we actually had a quick view, but we had to come and try and spend some time with this cat. There she is. Let's just see if we can't get in front of her for Senzo. I say for Senzo, I mean, of course, for my benefit too, as well as yours. You see her there? Is she moving still? I think she's going to cross to the west, I'm afraid. Stay with us. David's eyes are popping out behind me because he's never seen so many trees in his life. Here she comes. You see her there? You see her? Is she moving? Is she coming this way? Okay, here we go. Oh, there she is. Kyle, you say nice bundu bashing. Yes, I suppose it is quite nice. It's not my, I must confess, it's not my favourite thing to do. But it does get results. Let's move. So we're right on the western boundary, as I said, and if she goes across it, of course, then we won't be able to follow her. She's going to head up onto this termite mound, I think. Shall we take a gamble? Let's gamble that she's going to go onto the termite mound. Hold on tight, everybody. Can you see her? Where's she moving? She's standing. Okay. Yeah, let's go through here. I just won't get a front-on view of her. Here she comes, straight towards this termite mound. So we get the car around. Oh, there she is. Hello, my dear. She's got a kind of, I'm going to get pilloried for saying this, but she looks like, to me, like the Lisbeth Salander of leopards. She's got that kind of skinny, longish face. She looks like if she could have a tattoo, she'd have many, possibly even of a dragon. She's a large female, this. She's not a little one. She spotted something now. What's she seen? What? Let me just go forward. I think she's seen something in there. Maybe a scrub hare. Let's keep very still and quiet. She's stalking. I can hear something moving just through there. I can hear something moving. I don't know what it is. Let's try an action broadcast. I'm not sure if she's going to actually go for something. Just putting her tail up because there's a bird now alarm calling. It's a white-browed scrub robin. I can hear something eating in there. Good morning and welcome to our viewers who've just joined us. We're coming to you live from the Greater Kruger National Park. That is a beautiful leopardess there. Please ask us any questions you'd like to. She's on the hunt. Oh, I can see it now. There's some nyala through there. She spotted some nyala. I'm not going to move the vehicle. There they are. Might even be a kudu, actually. It's a kudu. Much too big for her. I thought maybe there was a scrub hare or something in front of her where she just started to stalk. Let's just keep watching her. This is the Xidulu female, she's called. Just set up residence in this part of the Western Kruger on a place called Djuma. Now, it doesn't seem to matter how outsized the leopard is. If she thinks she can grab something unaware, and if there's a small kudu in there, she could easily grab it, and I can see a kudu calf. That you can hear is the sound of a white-browed scrub robin, because they've seen the leopard, but the kudu have not. There, you can hear it now. Kudu are moving off now, possibly registering the sound of the scrub robin. Good to have you with us, John, all the way from Alaska. I imagine that it's warming up there now, which must be something of a relief after your long winter. Let's just see what she does here. I'm not sure if she's going to get up and continue the pursuit. I think she's most likely going to remain where she is. Simply because those kudu, I think, are too big for her. that a magical picture of her in amongst this feathered chlorus grass, is what we call it. And we've got also Durai, all the way from Chennai. How fantastic to have two people on different parts of the planet, almost opposite ends. Southeast India and northwestern United States. Well, Jacqueline, yeah, as I was saying, the kudu are probably too big for her unless there's a small calf. And there might be a small calf in there that she's just eyeing. You can see everything's gone very quiet. It's almost as if the wilderness around her feels the presence of this magnificent predator. I can't see the kudu anymore. I'm just going to tell you what I'm going to do. I'm just going to move around this termite mound. So we'll go backwards. My name is James, by the way, for those of you who don't know. Sensor's on camera. What I don't want to do is chase her or any potential prey she might have. Now, Vasha, you've just joined us and wondering where on earth we are. We are in the Greater Kruger National Park of South Africa, on the western fringes, in a little piece of land called Djuma. And you see her there. You got her? Oh, there she is. Let me just go a little bit further forward. There you go. That's wonderful. Look how perfectly hidden she is. Now I'm afraid the kudu have disappeared now. Oh, she's just having a bit of a rest, trying to decide what to do. Alright, for those of you who have just joined us, we are going to end this unscheduled part of the broadcast. If you want to keep watching, please feel free to go along to YouTube or just Google Safari Live and you will find a platform that you can watch the rest of the sighting and the other 2 broadcasts that we do every single day. Thanks for joining us. All right, everybody. That was, well, I suppose something of a damp squib. Anyway, we're still here with our beautiful leopardess. And things are warming up. I was becoming quite frustrated with the morning, I must confess. Anyway, I'm very pleased that now we have got a leopard. We spent all of Sunday afternoon trying to find her. I'm going to sit watching her in amongst the feathered chloris here. Let's go back to Steve and get more impressions of what it was like to see her on foot. As I said, very frustrating for poor Ralph, and I feel a bit bad. Anyway, we're having a good time with this leopard. You know, somebody had to come to the leopard, and it just happened to be us. There she is. She's stalking those kudu again. They're quite far away, and they are, in fact, across the boundary. It's a leopard, Sheldon. I'm just telling Sheldon from Chitwa that we have a leopard here. He's very good to us when we go across to Chitwa. Always. I don't think she's going to catch one, but she might. Sharon, the other day I also had an experience on foot with a leopard that brought me the closest I've ever been to a leopard. And that was with Hosanna and I couldn't have been more than 2 feet from him when he shot out of the grass on a termite mound in front of me. No more than 2 feet. I'd love to try and get you a better picture of her, everybody, but I don't know how to do it without disturbing her and getting in front of a whole lot of other guest vehicles, I'm afraid. We can try and go around the back of her, maybe. Let's just quickly move. We don't have a huge amount of time left. Oh, watch out behind, chaps. Let me just see. Here's a little gap we can go through. Yep. You'll all be pleased to know that Senzor has not only dispensed with... No, he's still got his blanket on, but he's unzipped his jacket. There, she's moving again. And his gloves are almost off. She's just moving down through here. Need to be very careful not to disturb her because she is difficult to see. There she is. Yeah, we are behind the 8-ball here, I'm afraid. She's still stalking. And now there's an impala there. There's an impala ram there. Just across the road. Now that's much more her size. Good size female. There's an impala ram this time of the year is excellent quarry because, of course, they're only thinking about sex at the moment. They're not thinking about eating or defending themselves. He is looking this way. And for her to get across this road unseen would be very difficult. Yeah, he's just behind that tree for you guys. I think he's looking this way though because of the vehicle activity far more than because he's seen her. Because he will alarm call as soon as he gets wind of her. But he's looking straight down towards her. Now he's turned his head slightly. She hasn't moved. But you can see how she just lifts her head up. And that's as he turns his back. And look at the muscles in the shoulder blades just moving. Now the impala's head's down. Back up again. And that kudu now moving. I can hear them scraping through the bushes the other side. And now it's typical cat patience game. Impala seems to have moved off slightly actually. She's obviously not that seriously hunting. We can stay here for a little while. There's no reason we shouldn't stay with her until she crosses. So let's extend the drive slightly. Just see what happens, because once she crosses the road in front of us, that's going to be it. She's still after those kudu. There, they've seen her. Do you hear that? Just been a little bit injudicious in her approach here, I'm afraid. So the game is up, I'm afraid. Now she's having herself a little bit of a shameful clean, or a shamed clean. Let's move slightly. Get you a last view of her before the end of the show. How's that, Senzo? It's alright? Just get my head out of the way. Alright everybody, that's going to be it from us today. Marvellous drive in the end. Got some good stuff and some great excitement. We will see you again this afternoon, of course, at, 3:30, same as yesterday. Until then, I hope you have a marvellous, marvellous day or night.